Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk about Wellbutrin, and I have been on it for officially 14 months now. I was going to do a 1 year mark video, but I forgot. So here we are. Before I get started, please like and subscribe if you think about it. I talk about a lot of things here that you may or may not be interested in. If you don't want it, that's fine. Nobody's gonna make you. Back to Wellbutrin. So when I first got on Wellbutrin, I was on 150 milligrams. If you have watched my other videos, which, I mean, if you have tried other things, I would encourage you to watch my other videos just because there are a lot of medications that I've tried. I did Hydroxyzine, Buspar, Zoloft, and Lexapro, and Wellbutrin is the only one that has really worked. Some of them helped here and there, but Wellbutrin actually worked, and I did not feel depressed anymore when I was on it. Since I've been on it over the past year, I have gotten 0 side effects from it. When I first got on it, there was like a little bit of, I would like sweat a little bit more. I could tell that my heart rate was higher. I am also on losartan, which lowers your blood pressure. I'm on it for a kidney disease. And so actually having the Wellbutrin kind of lift me up was welcome because I don't have high blood pressure. So having it kind of, boost me a little bit more was actually helpful to me. I did experience that. Another thing is I experienced this dip, and that's when I got on to 300 milligrams. And that's kind of the place where I've stayed for, I guess almost a year now. And it's worked really well. I take it at night and then I wake up in the morning like rip-roaring, ready to go. I know it does affect sleep. For me, if I take it right before I go to bed, it doesn't affect my sleep at all. If I take it at like 4 in the afternoon, I can't sleep until like 4 in the morning. I always take it with food because, ulcers and stuff. The funny thing is, after I went up to 300 milligrams, I experienced another dip in mood at like 2 months. And then I didn't increase it or anything. I just rode that out, and then it like worked better than ever. I feel like it was actually at its peak working ability where I felt like I was getting all the good out of it that it had at probably 6 months into it after I had started it. And that would have been 6 months on it, period, and then 4 months on it with the 300 milligram dose. I did briefly go up to 450 because I was experiencing a lot of anxiety, and then I realized that I had bought caffeinated coffee instead of decaf, and I cut that out and the anxiety magically went away. So there is that. One thing I get questions about a lot is, does it numb me out? Does it make it so that like I don't feel like joy or fear or anything like that? A lot of medications, they make it so you don't feel as sad, but they kind of mute the happiness side of it as well. Wellbutrin really doesn't for me. I can still cry when I'm on it, and I couldn't cry when I was on the SSRIs, and that really bothered me. Like, I am someone where if I get really emotionally charged and then I can just like cry for a minute and let it all out, then that is really helpful to me. And I just felt like when I was on the other medications, I really couldn't cry. And so there was just like no release of emotion. It was just this like completely calm sea, which was honestly scary. Wellbutrin, I can totally cry on it. I don't have any emotional numbing. Like, I actually feel more excited when I'm on it than I was beforehand. It is an appetite suppressant. I have not experienced that particular side effect, but that is something when you're on it, you need to make sure you're eating enough, because it does contribute to weight loss because of that appetite suppressant quality. I also have ADHD. I was diagnosed when I was 20, I think. I actually got on Adderall for a while, and that was super helpful, but it had too many side effects for me. Like, I was getting a migraine every single weekend. It was just like too much for me. It like wasn't what I was looking for. And honestly, Wellbutrin feels like a light Adderall, where it's like it does rev me up, it does get me excited about things. I feel more focused. I feel more excited about even mundane work that I'm doing. But it doesn't have like all the really nasty side effects that I was experiencing with the Adderall, like the withdrawal and the migraines. And With Adderall, I don't know why, but it like super dehydrated me. Anyway, this video is not about Adderall, it's about Wellbutrin. Another thing that Wellbutrin didn't do that I did experience with the other medications was it didn't really change my thoughts at all. Like I felt like on Lexapro and Zoloft, it kind of turned me into another person. Like it was kind of scary and was like a lot more subdued, and I was a lot less myself. Like it was like it almost took away my personality with it. Wellbutrin did not do that. I felt more myself than ever. I am naturally a very excited and energetic person. I'm not super social, and you know, that kind of sounds like a contradiction, but if you know me, it's not. So that was another thing, and honestly, I'm considering getting off of it. I've been on it for 14 months. I know that it works for me. I know that it works very, very well. A lot of things have changed in those 14 months, just a lot of life experiences. Have my boyfriend living with me, so I'm not a single mom anymore. I feel like I'm a lot more confident in just a lot of things going on in my life that I really wasn't when I first got on medication. And I don't feel like I need to kind of clean up from other medications like I did when I first got on them. Like first thing I got on was Buspar, and it worked really, really well, and then it stopped working hard. Like I've never seen a medication stop working that hard, and it made me like angry, depressed, like all this stuff. When I got on the other medications, I was kind of trying to bounce back from the Buspar. Right now I feel like I'm in a more stable place, and you know, if it doesn't work, if depression comes back worse than ever, or I start feeling like I'm not myself anymore or something like that, I know that Wellbutrin works for me. I know that that is my drug that will do exactly what I need it to do to get back on my feet. So that's something I'm kind of playing around with, you know, thinking about decreasing my dose and then getting off of it. My doctor is about to go on maternity leave, so I might wait until she gets back to actually play around with that. But honestly, it's still very much in the contemplation stage of decision. You know, when I first got on medication, I didn't think it would be forever. And then it took me so long to find what had worked that, I mean, I got on medication almost 2 years ago. Once I finally found one that worked, which, you know, luckily for me only took a few months, I had the thought, like, this makes me feel so good, I'm just gonna be on it forever. But, you know, antidepressants, like, they're not really supposed to be forever. They're not meant for that. And I would like to see how I am without them, but I do know that I have a lot of stuff not going for me as far as mental health. Like, you know, several of the medications that I'm on just to keep my lupus in check cause anxiety and depression. I'm also personality-wise like predisposed to anxiety and depression, so I know that it might just be something that I need forever. And honestly, I won't know until I try. So I am thinking about getting off and just seeing where that goes. I will let you guys know. Like, I'll let you know if, when that happens and how it goes. But yeah, I've been on it for 14 months. It has been absolutely fantastic. I love all the questions about it. Like, it's really helpful, and it's really nice to see other people answering questions as well, or talking about their experiences. So if you have any, please let me know. And if you have some answers or some helpful insights, I would love to know about those too. That's really all I have to say about Wellbutrin for now, but I will talk to you guys later.